What's going on, YouTube family? Greg D here, back with another video. Today I wanted to make a short little video regarding the Volkswagen Passat here. You know that I've made several videos on this car before and talked about how much I loved it, but this video is going to be my favorite 5 reasons, or my top 5 reasons why I love this car. Now, these are not going to be in any particular order. They're just like the 5 things that I like most about this car. So the first thing that I like most about this car is the actual performance of this car. You would not think that being a docile mid-size family sedan that the performance would be, you know, up to snuff, I guess you would say. But it is actually pretty peppy, and it is fun to drive between the actual 1.8 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder that you have up front here, plus this 6-speed automatic transmission with Tiptronic mode, which acts very much like the DSG, even though it is not a dual clutch. But this car only does weigh 3,200 pounds and has, you know, with regular gas, 170 horses, 184 foot-pounds of torque. So with all of that being said, this car is actually pretty peppy, especially when you put it in sport mode and you drive spiritedly. This car can be a lot of fun, so don't let that fool you. The second thing that I like most about this car is the fuel economy. Yes, the complete opposite thing of performance, but I love the fuel economy of this car. Part of the reason why the fuel economy is so good, obviously, is because of the fact that it has a big-ass gas tank. It has an 18.5-gallon fuel tank, but other than that, you get 24 city, 35 highway. And as I've mentioned in previous videos before, I usually get about 400 miles to a tank of gas, which for me, that is the most that I've ever gotten out of any car that I've ever owned. So that is a huge, 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 huge deal. The third thing deals with this particular model, which is the Wolfsburg edition, which is kind of like one of the lower models, but it's not the base model. And that is lower maintenance costs. Because in this particular model you do have 16-inch rims, you have smaller brakes, that in the long run will save you money regarding maintenance. So you know, tires won't be as expensive, brakes won't be as expensive, there's no sport tuned suspension in this car, so suspension components will be cheaper. Now granted, yes, German cars are known for having, you know, higher maintenance costs, but in the grand scheme of things, compared to other Volkswagens, let's say comparing this car to, let's say, a Golf GTI, maintenance costs will be much, much cheaper in this car, and that is a good thing, especially in my case, you know, having just having the birth of my first son, you know, brand new family, that's going to go a long way to help me, you know, save up money for things that are a little more important. The next thing, fourth thing, interior quality. Once again, you know, Germans are known for their engineering, especially with the cars, and their interior quality is par none. I mean, honestly, you look at the interior of any Volkswagen, not just this one, but any Volkswagen, and you would think that you're actually in a car that costs maybe $5,000 to $10,000 more than it actually does. The Golf GTI that I had a Mark 6, 2011, was the same way. $25,000 car, but you feel like you're in an interior of maybe a 32, 33, even a $35,000 car. So that is a huge, huge plus. And to also go along with the interior are these leatherette, or the faux leather seats, which you wouldn't think would be very nice because they are faux leather, but they actually are. They're very comfortable. But they don't bolster you as well. You know, just because, you know, this is not a performance-oriented car, but very, very comfortable, and, you know, they hit the mark with the actual, you know, seats, you know, being a family sedan. And also, to go into the interior is my favorite part of the interior, which is the steering wheel. It is so nice to have in your hands. I mean, obviously your hands are going to be there the most, so they really knocked it out of the park with this steering wheel, as far as, you know, making sure that it feels good, making sure it's the right thickness. It like I said, it just feels really good. And this is like, you know, Volkswagens have some of the best steering wheels that I've ever felt in any car. So huge, huge plus. And the last thing, which you may not think so, but I actually like the exterior looks of this Passat, the B7, 2014. I actually do like the looks. I think it almost reminds me of a sleeper, because much like all the other Volkswagens, you can obviously modify this. You can get tune the engine, the ECU. There's plenty of suspension components. There's plenty of like aftermarket mods that you can do to this car. But even as is, even with 16-inch rims on this particular Wolfsburg, even with no spoiler, no fog lights, it does look like a good car. I mean, it really does remind me of a more docile version of the GTI that I had, and I really like that. Now, granted, personally, would I like the fog lights and spoiler and stuff? Sure, but for what it is, it's actually a good-looking car, and I can't complain about it at all. So, with that, guys, that is the top 5 things that I love about this 2014 Volkswagen Passat Wolfsburg Edition. Stay tuned, because I will be making a video about the top 5 things that I dislike about this car. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up button if you liked this video, and if you'd like to see more videos on the Volkswagen Passat. And until next time, see you guys soon.